Give me a second here. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this. I wanted to give it another title, but this is going to be a response to what about Deuteronomy 21, verse 14. But the first title I was going to give it is of the woman, keep alive for yourselves. So let me come back here. So this is a response, a sort of a response with a different title. It's not responding to my video that I did. Let me go to that. Let me bring it up. Okay. New news about the Crown Vic and Deuteronomy 21, verse 10. So if you watch this video that I put up earlier, not 40, was it? Not even 50 minutes long, short video. This is General Johanna was on Sarnetta's show back in 2020. Was it? I believe it was December 2020. I'm not sure. Let me see. I'm almost sure it was. It was more than a year ago when the vaccinations first came out. He basically made the statement, go ahead and take it. We know that the white man's a devil, but take it anyway. Then he has to explain himself to Sarnetta, and he pretty much says, go ahead and take it. You know, that if you don't take it, you're going to die. So, you know, I did a response to that. And later in the video, he goes and the rape thing comes up. And he, I believe it was Sarnetta that mentioned Deuteronomy 21, verse 10. And the General Johanna said, that's talking about when the tribes go to war with each other. The Israelite tribe go against another Israelite tribe. And that's not what it was talking about. But so this video, I just came across this video. What about Deuteronomy 21, verse 14? And this is an even shorter video, 23, almost 24 minutes long. And he breaks it down. He goes into, you know, he goes into Deuteronomy, the 20th chapter. And then he goes into Deuteronomy 21, and he breaks it down. See, what you got to, you can't just open up the scriptures and read and say this means this and that means that. You got to go into the scriptures, and that's what these guys do not do. They don't go into the Hebrew. They don't go into names. They don't you know, double check with other precepts. They just say something and they run with it, and their followers, you know, what they do is they just blindly, whatever the guy says, they just go with it. Perfect example, recently, Bishop Nathaniel, which Nathaniel is Allah, it's supposed to be Nathaniel Allah. He had recently reversed himself on the Jacob's trouble thing. He said, well, that was 5 years ago, nothing really was happening. So he didn't break it down to the individual on that show down in the islands. And then he just recently, you know, called on the name of Yahweh, by Yahweh Shai. Now, when he said, and I'm not going to stay on Nathaniel, whatever, long, I'm not, this is not what the subject is about. When he said, we're going to call his name Christ, Most High and Christ Blessed, everybody just ran with it, man. So being that he changed it up and said, oh, the true name of the Lord is Yahweh, the Son's name is Yahweh Shai, they just kind of switched up. That's showing you that they're following this guy. They're nowhere near the Church of Berea. You got to study things. You got to go through the scriptures. You might have to go into the ancient maps to find out a geological location. A lot of y'all don't do that. You just, whatever the guy teaches, you just go with it. You take notes and you regurgitate what you learn. So now, watch this video, very good, excellent video. I didn't watch the whole thing. I'm into like the 8-minute. What about Deuteronomy 21, verse 14? Very good video. So now I'm going to go into Numbers 31. And I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to hit some fine. What I did was I put in the word woman. So you see the word woman here, right? Which is going to prove that you can have women of the other nations and they become your wife. When I say wife, the Hebrew word for wife is ayasha, which means woman. That's just another way of saying woman. You got actual wives and you have concubines. But guess what? Your wives and your concubines, they're all your wives because they're your woman. See, if you become a Christian, you can't get it. Christians are they're shallow people. They don't do no studying. That's why they can't deal with the Israelites. So let me go. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, okay, this is the Most High speaking to Moses. Avenge the children of Israel of the Midianites, which is another nation. Afterward shalt thou be gathered unto thy people. And Moses spake unto the people, saying, arm some of yourselves unto the war, and let them go against the Midianites and avenge the Lord of Midian. Of every tribe 1,000 throughout all the tribes of Israel shall ye send to the war. The Levites didn't go out. And then, when you go into the history of Israel, they had specific tribes that were warriors. The tribe of Manasseh, the tribe of Gad, and the tribe of Reuben. So it says, like I said, I'm jumping around. Okay, in 6th verse, and Moses sent them to war, 1,000 every tribe, them and the Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the priest. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. Even the Levites fought. So I take that back. Even the Levites fought. So it says, so you had 13 tribes fight. Let me read that again. And Moses set them to war, 1,000 of every tribe, them and Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the priest, to war. So Phinehas went. And by the way, the reason why Phinehas went was to bless them. This is where Esau got the chaplain from. They got it from the scriptures. Now, it doesn't say the Levites actually fought, but it says Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the priest, which goes to the line of Aaron, to the war, and the holy instruments and the trumpets to blow in his hand. So it was Phinehas. And they warred against the Midianites, another nation, as the Lord commanded Moses, and they slew all the males. They slew all the males. And they slew the king of Midian beside the rest of them that were slain. And they named some names. And it says that they slew with the sword. So that was a slaughter. And it says the slaughter of Midian. So as we read down, 9th verse, and the children of Israel, Yasha'Allah, took all the women of Midian captives and their little ones, and took the spoil of all their cattle. And by the way, little ones is not someone under 20 years old. That's simplicity, man. Because if they're 18, 19, 70, 17 years old, 19 years old, they're going to seek revenge for you killing their fathers. Oh, let's ask a guy. Let me ask you a question. Talk to the Midianites. Just say how stupid that shit sounds. Let me ask you a question. How old are you, man? I'm 21. Yeah. How old are you? I'm 22. Ah. How old are you? I'm 19. That you're okay. You're all right. Not going to kill you. You got these young upstarts talking that mess because they don't understand the scriptures. It says, and the children of Yashala took all the women of Midian captives and their little ones and took the spoil. The little ones are talking about what? The youngsters, the kids. Could have been 2 years old, 8 years old, 11. And I would say they killed every male that was 12 years old or looked like to be 12 and older. But they took the kids, the children, because they're going to make the women of the Midianites, they were going to pop them and have more Israelite children, and took the spoil of all their cattle and all their flocks and all their goods. And they burnt all the cities wherein they dwelt, because what did they do with the women? They took them back with them. It says, and they took all the spoil, and they all prey, and all the prey, both of men and of beasts. But what did it say? 7th verse. And they warred against the Midianites as Yahweh commanded Moses, and they slew all the males. Let me read the 9th verse again, in case you turn into a Christian army. And the children of Yashala took all the women of Midian captives and their little ones captives, and took the spoil of all their cattle and all the flocks and all their goods. Now, let me look up the word captives. Look up the word captives. Captives. Shabah, to take captive, captive, to lead captive, to be taken captive, carry, take away, captive, take, drive away, take. Anytime you read the precepts on the word captive, H7617, it's talking about just that, captivity, slavery. This is how we know we're going to have slaves among the nations. Number one on the list are you Edomites. Okay, I got to do this again. Let's read the 9th verse again, because you might have turned into a Christian on me in the last 2 minutes. 9th verse, Numbers 31 and 9. And the children of Yashala took all the women of Midian captives. What happened to the men? They killed them. And their little ones, the children. To what? To groom them to be slaves. And took the spoil of all cattle and all their flocks and all their goods. So now let me jump down. The captives, Moses, priests unto the children, congregation of children of Israel to the camp, and Moab, blah, blah, blah. 13th verse of Moses and Eleazar the priest, and all the princes of the congregation went forth to meet them without the camp. And Moses was wroth with the officers of the host, with the captains over thousands and captains over hundreds, which came from the battle. And Moses said unto them, have ye saved all the women alive? Behold, these caused the children of Israel through the counsel of Balaam to commit trespass against the Lord in the matter of Peor, which means that's why he said kill a woman that had sex. I believe you can go into Numbers 25. That's a whole different subject. In other words, Peor. Let me go into this. Peor. Let me go into this and show you something. See, they dealt with the woman that never had sex, because the woman that did have sex with the Midianites, they did it in the name of the god Bel Peor. Let's see what it says here. When you read, I'm almost positive is Numbers 25. It speaks about the man that took the Midianite woman into the tent, and I believe it was Aaron, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not going to go to it. I'm not going to stress this thing out. He took a javelin, a spear, and this man was on top, and he was going to work. And I believe it was Aaron, or it could have been one of his sons. Like I said, I'm not going to go into it. Somebody put it up there in the comment section, and stabbed both of them and killed them. Killed two birds with one stone, so to speak. So let's look up the word Peor. Let's see what it says. It doesn't really Bel Peor. Well, the way you worship this God, this heathenistic God, is through sex. Let me go to the. Let me try this. It might not even be here. Coat prostitutes. Let's see what happens. Let me see here. Okay, it says, and there were also male coat prostitutes in the land. They did according to all the abomination of the nations that the Lord drove out before the people of Israel. So this right here, I'm not going to go into this, but you know what? Let me go up a couple of verses. Okay, so this is dealing with Jeroboam. Where the hell did I go? Go back here. Okay, let me start. Rehoboam reigns in Judah. Rehoboam, the son of reigned in Judah, blah blah blah. And Judah did that which is evil. For they also built of themselves high places, and there were also male co-prostitutes. But this is among Jake. These Israelites are having sex in the name of a false god, and that goes into a Bel Peor. So the high priest didn't. Matter of fact, I got to go to it. Let me do this. Numbers 25. Numbers 25. and they called the people unto the sacrifice of their gods and did eat and bow down to their gods. We start from the top. And Israel abode in Shittim, and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab. And when they were laying with Moab, as well as the Midianites, they would have sex in the name of their God, cult prostitutes. They had temples where they were going there with their God, and they would, have sex in the temple to get closer to that God. It says, and Israel joined himself unto Baal Peor, and the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel. 4th verse, and the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses, take all the heads of the people and hang them up before the Lord against the sun, and the fair fingers of the Lord may be turned away. So, hey, look, Moses got gully with him. He said, take them niggas and hang them. Hang them. And Moses said unto the judges of Israel, slay ye every one his man that would join unto Baal Peor, meaning they were popping them women in the name of that heathenness of God, Baal Peor. Now, if they were just look, Samson laid with the Delilah. There was 2 Philistine women that he laid with. The last one was Delilah, and he also went into what they call a brothel and popped. I don't know if that didn't say it was an Israelite or Midianite or whatever, or a Philistine, but the Most High never destroyed him for that, because the Most High put the spirit on him to be attracted to those Philistine women. Why? So the Most High could pick a fight with him. So these guys are being hanged and put to death because they were laying with these women in the name of Baal Peor. And I bet a lot of y'all in the camps, I bet a lot of y'all don't know this history. Well, I'm gonna wait until Bishop Nate break it down before I believe it. I really don't trust Apostle Tahar. And behold, there's a lot of simple niggas in Israel, man. You just, like I said, you just blind. You say, this is the great God. I'm gonna follow him. And whatever the niggas say, you just gonna go with it. Don't question it or nothing. You nowhere near the church of Berea. And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brother a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses. This nigga, he snuck in a woman, and Moses saw it. He said, what this nigga doing? And in the sight of all the congregation of the children of Israel, who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And when it was Phineas. And when Phineas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saw it, he rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand, and he went after the man of Israel into the tent and thrust both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel, because the Most High got mad and plagued them. 9th verse. And those that died in the plague were 20 and 4,000. Now there was a plague, and the Most High sent the plague because these Israelites were, worshiping other gods, Baal Peor in particular. So this is why, let me come back. This is why excuse me. This is why Moses said what he said. Because the Midianites, part of their ritual of getting married and having sex was in the name of that God. It's like defiled meat. Okay, where am I? Let me do this again. Okay, this is Moses. And Moses, 15 verse, and Moses said unto them, have ye saved all the women alive? Behold, these caused the children of Israel through the counsel of Balaam to commit trespass against the Yahweh in the matter of Peor. Now you know what Baal Peor is all about. And there was a plague among the congregation of Yahweh because they were going off. And now, therefore, kill every male among the little ones. Kill every male among the little ones. And kill every woman that have known man by lying with him. But all the women children that have not known a man by lying with him, keep alive for yourselves. Keep alive for yourself. I'm jumping down here, and 32,000 persons in all of women that had known men by lying with them was ultimately put to death. Anyway, like I said, I was going to make this short, and it's on to the next one.